Hello everyone, welcome to Financial Literacy Fireside Chat series hosted by the Global Shapers community of Edmonton. This is part three, right? Part three of a 5-part series where the three of us, in light of November Financial Literacy Month, the three of us discuss various personal finance topics and questions. So here to do that is myself, Alex Namath. Alongside me here is Nicholas Menon and Joel Shackleton. All right, so question number 3. How would you explain the power of compounding interest? So let's just look at this chart for a second. And maybe I'll answer this one first. So this graph shows the net worth of Warren Buffett since he was 14 years old, all the way up until essentially his current age. And I think the results of this chart are unbelievable. I mean, I guess maybe you should be plotted on a log scale to make it more better, but this is unbelievable. So I want to bring up the rule of 72. And the rule of 72 essentially states that whatever annual return that you expect to get on whatever investments you have, divide that into 72, and that will equal the number of years that your investment is expected to double. Okay, so for example, if you expect a 10% return per year on your investments, and you divide that into 72, you should expect that your investments double every 7.2 years. So this graph just shows that, the net worth of Warren Buffett, so today it's probably even higher than 87 billion, whatever it is, call it 87. The vast majority of that came after the age of...
After many of us would have considered retired.
That's right. So, and he wasn't a billionaire until, I'd say the later part of his life. So
late
we'll
50s.
55. Yeah. So this graph, this isn't to make the three of us in the room and everyone else watching feel insignificant compared to this number, but the point of this graph is to show the power of compounding and that idea of not only having a lump sum of money just growing over time, and growth being compounded on top of growth, and seeing that effect over time, but also if you're continually adding to a pool of money, just a substantial growth that you can experience over a long period of time.
Yeah, so to dive a little bit deeper into it, it talks about Warren Buffett at the age of 21 having $20,000. And then by the time he was 30, he had $1 million. By the time he was 35, he had $7 million. By the time he was 43, he had 34 million. By the time he's 52, he's got 376 million. So the most interesting thing, the reason why I think for myself, what got me into my career largely revolved around the story of Warren Buffett. And for me, the thing that he's taken more seriously than anybody is allowing time to watch his decisions continue to compound on itself. To not be distracted by short-termism. He is the king of taking the high road and the long road, because it's the road less traveled, and it's generally taking a lot of time to do something is the more difficult road. While it might be smooth, it's really long and people aren't willing to ride it. The allure to investing in something to have a short hit is so hot. It explains our bubble economies.
Do you think that's even more the case with the current generation, or just nowadays with everything being so transparent around the world and the world feeling so much smaller due to social media? Like, it's almost like so many of us want that immediate gratification, immediate satisfaction, and that can even relate to investing.
I think that's definitely magnified by current psychology.
Yeah.
I think the speed of it has increased with our generation, just by the speed of technology, speed of information.
Yeah.
That has allowed for bubbles to occur quicker. However, it is not a new phenomenon.
Right.
I mean, look at the tulips of the 1600s or 1700s.
Yeah.
You look back at the railway craze of the late 1800s, or 1700s to 1800s, and then you go back to the 1990s or the 1920s, where you see a massive bubble. Then you see the 80s, and then you see 2000, and then you see 2008, and then you see 2020, and then you see Bitcoin, and you see all of these different bubble scenarios where it's short-termism that clouds the minds of investors and human beings because we can't help ourselves.
Right.
Well, everyone wants to find something where it is the get-rich-quick machine, right? It's all of us are drawn to something that is the easy path.
Yeah, and I think what is, for myself personally, what I've taken away, and I've read, I don't know, 5, 6 books on Warren Buffett, is that I personally will choose industries that if I can take the long-term outlook on it and outcompete people for a long period of time, I'm going to inevitably win because I have a long-term horizon on it, outlook on it, and human beings don't have the behavior and the willingness to take a 25, 30-year look on something. They're more looking at 3 months to 6 months. And if you can, as a person in your 20s, early 20s, late teens, understand that, yeah, 4 years seems like a long time to go to school, or 6 or 8.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just, it's peanuts.
Right.
And Warren Buffett wasn't like, screw you, money rich, until he was in his 40s. And he started managing money in his 20s.
Right.
So if I can pull something from him, it's long-term outlooks on things, whether it be investments that you make in yourself or in companies or whatever it might be. Take the long term. Don't succumb to short-termism.
And I think one of the things that I believe Warren Buffett had talked about was, pretend that in your investing lifetime, you only have 20 choices. And once you've used a choice for a single investment, you only have 19 left, and you have to hold them for the long term. And I think that kind of shows in his investing style and his performance as a result.
Oh, totally.
It wouldn't work for those Robinhood traders.
It wouldn't work for
Maybe
Robinhood
done in a
traders,
day. 20 trade up.
All the good ideas they were
Yeah, and I think that leads into kind of one of the things that I see in terms of the power of compounding is skills and building yourself up to be able to contribute in ways that you want to and to be marketable to employers or clients or businesses that will be able to work with you. And so education, that's really the best investment you can make because you're making yourself someone that is going to be of value to other people. And I think more specifically is communication skills. Like I didn't really realize the value of communication and how that compounds on itself. And I think that you'll find a lot of people in various industries, and engineering is pretty notorious for this.
Yeah.
But you'll focus on the technical elements, and it's good to master that. But at some point, if you can't communicate your ideas, you're going to be the smartest person in the room, and you won't be able to get others to listen to you because you can't get that communication across. So I think that if you have any opportunity to invest in a course or a seminar for improving communication skills, that's definitely worth it.
Yeah, and to add to that, I think what you get out of those communication skills are just like a base ability of communicating with others is the ability to then additionally add network.
Yeah.
To me, the biggest contributor to my success as a human being has been my ability to make friends and to talk to people and to convince them that not necessarily what I'm saying is right, but just to engage with me and to want to be friends with me or to want to be around me. And
watch a video on it.
Exactly, whatever.
You don't have to be your friend.
Yeah, exactly. But that, to me, the network effect is for myself personally has been. It shows itself in the people that I'm able to surround myself with.
And that applies to any industry. It doesn't have to be finance or engineering. Maybe especially engineering. But no, it doesn't have to be engineering. It could be anything really. And it, like you said, it's a life skill that. It's applicable to any single person, any single job.
85 and you're golfing. It's powerful.
You're gonna have a lineup of people that want to golf.
Yeah, maybe not me specifically, but what I mean though. It makes you. It improves your life. It'll make you a happier person, and then also it'll give you more opportunities.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really what you want is to have way more opportunities.
Right.
So that's.
Power of compounding interest. That concludes part 3 of our 5-part series. Stay tuned for the part 4.